We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live, our second segment today with Elder Advisors, and Lindsay and Autumn are here making sure that you, A, attend the workshops, B, don't go broke in a nursing home.
Correct.
One of the topics we were discussing in the commercial break, I think people often are waiting because they think, okay, you know, middle age is 50, 60, something like that, but really with life expectancies in the low to mid 70s, middle age is late 30s.
Well, you know, we're seeing that come down, the life expectancy come down, but in some really unique cases, we have a family in Corda, and they were married, husband and wife. So husband was 67, 68, definitely could still be working if he wanted to, so very able-bodied and of sound mind and all of that. But his wife, who had just turned 65, she had early onset dementia, and you know, she needed care. And this family, you know, they had a home and, you know, $200,000-300,000 in assets. But you think about that, the nursing home, the home is safe, right, because the husband lives in there, it's fine. But those assets are exposed, and the nursing home, you would just expect them to spend down. So let's talk about that. What happens? Her life expectancy is quite long, another 5 or 6 or 7 years in the nursing facility at $120,000 a year. That family's wiped out. That couple is wiped out in 2 to 3 years, and it doesn't have to be that way. So we were able to get her on care and on benefits, and you know, the husband was able to maintain, you know, the nest egg, because he needs that to live on. He needs that to live on.
And that's what we do for everybody. I mean, it's wonderful.
It's so unfortunate.
And they're like, we didn't know this. How can you do this? And it's amazing to be able to show them what we can do and how we can protect it, and it really feels good.
Yeah,
but it's like that if you think about it with everything that you involve a professional, and you watch anybody who's a wizard at whatever it is that they do, and you say, well, how did you do that? I never could have figured that out. Well, that's what you guys do each and every day.
And you know, this is Elder Advisors is going into their 29th year, and this is all we do is protect assets and provide peace of mind. That's all we do. And you know, I think it's really unfortunate, going back to that story, that there are right now in Kentuckiana, all across Kentuckiana, married couples where one spouse is at home and the other spouse is in care, and they're growing broke. They're writing the check each month. And for a married couple, we can protect all of the assets. Let me say it again. For a married couple, we can protect all of the assets. Every day. That's all we do every day. And so, you know, I think just come out to the workshop and learn about how we do that and what strategies we use to do that.
You had a story as we pop up the information about the workshop, several different locations for these. We were talking, Autumn, in the commercial break. You've had some interesting ways you've been helping people, and some instances that popped up too.
Just a quick little story. Lindsay sat down with a family this morning, and they were already on Medicaid. The facility knows what we do, right? So he says, hey, they're already on Medicaid, but they have a house. What do they do now? They've got to find a solution to be able to, do we need to sell the house? Do we keep the house? Do we buy the house? What does that look like?
Yeah, I think folks, you know, again, it comes up a lot. You know, they're on benefits, so, you know, they maybe didn't have a whole lot except for a house, or they didn't have anything, so they're on benefits. Well, then they sell a house, or, you know, a rich uncle dies. We've had it happen before, really, or they win a lottery ticket or something. Seriously, it's happened before. And it's like, now I have all this money, and the traditional train of thought is, I need to spend all that money down in the nursing facility, and you don't. We can protect that money. We do it all day, every day. That's all we do.
So even if you already have Medicaid, don't panic. Just call us. We'll sort out a plan that fits that need to get the house sold, or, you know, if there maybe is another name on the deed, come out, let us check it out, and try to help you.
There are so many situations that we can help at that people just think, well, no, we can't. And that's what the workshop is for.
Right.
Is to learn that no matter what your unique set of circumstances are, you know, I think Elder Advisors can help. So that's what I really want Kentuckiana to take away.
Free workshop, and we also do free consultations after the workshop, or if you need something and you have an emergency now, call us. We'll get you booked in probably this week, next week, and try to get that sorted out, and you don't even have to come to the workshop.
I mean, all of it ties back to something that you said right when we started the segment, is maybe the most dangerous enemy in this instance is your Google search bar, because everybody's situation is different. We talked about 8 different things just in these segments today, and so you can't just Google what do I do next, or whatever it is you're searching, and it's going to be tailored to you.
It would say spend down.
There's just nothing I can do. So we needed to do it 5 years ago, so there's nothing. I read about the 5-year look back. Stop reading. Like, that's a thing. But it's, you know, it's it's
rules.
not. There's rules around it, and that's what we really do. I kind of equate it to like the IRS, right? Like, so you don't, nobody goes into their CPA's office or their H&R Block or whatever and says, you know, hey, please don't use any of the rules. I don't want you to use any of the rules that apply to me. I just want to, you know, I just want to write the biggest. No, we all, when we're doing our taxes, we're trying to figure out, you know, how we can pay the least amount of taxes.
Right,
that's using the rules that apply to you, and that's what we do. And the attorneys that we do, we know, you know, they know the laws, they know the rules, and they're, you know, applying all of that to Brian's case, to whoever's case it is, so that you guys were able to protect as much of your assets as possible.
Well, and you talk about it too, which you would never do in those circumstances. Think about, they always say, don't Google your symptoms when you're sick. You don't go to the doctor and say, I have a headache, I'd like you to do this.
Yes,
I've discovered through my Google search.
Yes,
that would never happen.
Dr. Google. So,
yeah.
By the way, my husband's a big fan of Dr. Google. He uses it a lot.
Diagnosis
It's his birthday also, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, AJ.
That's probably where Larry's at. I was with my husband at Harvest Homecoming. I just know
figured
it's
it out.
true.
They're holding hands.
Happy birthday, husband. Come out to the workshops. Larry will be there on Monday at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Nice transition.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm going to get that thought out of my mind. The Hilton Garden Inn on Monday. Tuesday, we're going to go to Shelbyville. We're so excited to see everyone out there. We'll be at the Fairfield Inn and Suites. And then Wednesday, we'll be back in Corden. So freeworkshop.com, or you can call on the telephone, 855-LARRY55, and we will, we're just so excited to see everyone out next week.
Well, I thank you both for being here and taking care of folks in the community. Tell Larry enjoy himself. And
you didn't really miss it.
I said hi.
You didn't really miss it.
I'm going to tell him. We handled it just fine. It's better without it here.
Yes.
Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't say that.
Well,
He can retire.
Stay with us here on Wave Listens Live, because we still have one more segment to go. Coming up next, the Louisville Metro Department of Public Health and Wellness has their quick response team joining us, and we're going to talk all about their impact on the city's population that may be struggling with addiction.
The latest local news